and Keegan Murray. And here we go. Feeling a little nervous here, JJ. Mark Tatum is up at the podium. Here is the NBA Draft Lottery, folks.
The 14th pick in the 2022 NBA Draft presented by State Farm will go to the Cleveland Cavaliers.
So Cleveland stays at 14.
The 13th pick belongs to...
See what we got here.
The Charlotte Hornets.
Still stays chalk. Cleveland, Charlotte stay at 14 and 13.
Picking 12th will be...
This should be Oklahoma City.
The Oklahoma City Thunder.
So we still have
Oklahoma
chalk.
City receives this pick from the LA Clippers because
I already
of the
said that, Malik Andrews. The 11th pick would be the Knicks.
The New York Knicks.
All right, so we're still chalk. We're still chalk right now. The Wizards would be 10.
Pick number 10 will be made by the Washington Wizards.
The Wizards are 10. So still chalk. Still chalk. Cleveland, Charlotte, OKC, New York, Washington. 9th pick.
The San Antonio
Spurs, we're still chalk. So again, if this is not the Kings at 8, it means they're 7 or top 4.
The New Orleans Pelicans.
The Pelicans.
New Orleans receives
it's
this
all
pick from
chalk.
the LA Lakers because of the
If the
Anthony
Kings
Davis
are not 7, they are in the top 4. This is if this is not the Kings.
The NBA draft belongs to
the Kings have jumped up.
Wow, that means Sacramento.
The Sacramento Kings have jumped up. The Trailblazers dropped to 7. The Kings get a top 4 pick, ladies and gentlemen.
Pick number 6 goes to the Indiana Pacers.
The Pacers drop from 5 to 6.
Only one envelope remaining before we know all of the teams.
So again, the Kings can't go 5. The Kings have a top 4 pick.
The 5th.
You got exactly what you wanted.
The Detroit
Pistons fall from 3 to 5.
That means that we have our 4.
So the 4 teams that we're looking at here: Houston, Orlando. Who am I missing here? Houston, Orlando, Detroit dropped. The Kings moved up, obviously. I'm missing somebody. I thought, did Indiana jump up?
I don't remember seeing Indiana.
Look, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Your Sacramento Kings have moved up to the top 4.
It doesn't matter what you think.
Now, here's the thing, and we are not breaking. So the top 4 in some order: Rockets, Magic, OKC, and the Kings. So those are the 4 teams that are left. Rockets, Magic, Thunder, and Kings. So now, this is fun, isn't it? The Kings have jumped up. So now we have to see if they are 4, 3, 2, or 1. I will remind you, as ESPN went to a commercial, we're not missing anything. We are not going to miss this. I promise you on it. We are going to go through this. We are not going to take commercials. We're waiting. We're sitting through. So here are your chances, right? Again, they're in the top 4. So they had a 32% chance of landing in the top 4. They have landed in the top 4. As we told you, the best shot that they had really was picking 8th with 34%. Throw that in the garbage. Take your 8 pick. Get it out of my face. So that didn't happen. They have a 7.5% chance of getting the number 1 pick. So right now, Sacramento, what I need you to do, just want you to have a moment. If you're religious, do what you got to do. If you're not religious, just have your own moment. Just think positive thoughts. Think positive vibes. We've gotten this far. We have gotten this far. We said that we got the bad vibes, right, JJ? We got the bad vibes out early.
You called it.
We get the bad vibes out early. We got the 7th pick, 8th pick. We don't want that. Get the bad vibes out. And I remind people our simulator. What was it, right? It was the last 2 simulators, the last 2 simulations that we ran, number 2 and number 1. I'm not telling you that's what's going to happen, but that's where we're at. So we've got, put your hand on your monitor. So we've got a top 4 pick in Sacramento. So you're right now, I know everybody wants the 1 pick, but honestly, where you were, this is house money. You just wanted to get in the top 4. We said this, and this is not hindsight. We said this before this happened tonight. If you get in the top 4, this is many people will tell you this is a 4-player draft. You're staring at Banchero, you're staring at Ivy, you're staring at Holmgren, and you're staring at Smith. Those are the likely 4 guys we'll be talking about for the next month. So we'll see where you land, and obviously, again, the number 1 pick is what you want. If you get the number 1 pick, I'd imagine it's going to be Jamari, but maybe not. Maybe it won't be Jamari. That'll be up to Monty. But you have a top 4 pick now. So we've got reaction. Helicopter sweep, got the rosary beads out. Silent says Domas is good luck. Yes, he is. Domas is good luck. JB says yes, top 4. Silent wants number 1. The pragmatic pessimist, commercial before picks 3 and 2. No, this is going to go until 5:30, so they got to get this done. And with that in mind, here we go. I'm not going to waste any time. We're back to the draft lottery. Let's see where the Kings land. Top 4 pick. Top 4 pick guaranteed. Do they get 1? Do they get 2? Do they get 3? Do they get 4? Again, this is house money. This is house money. But if you're going to be in the top 4, why not get number 1? Let's get to it, JJ. Well, they're still yapping. I'm sorry. They're still talking about who's left in the top 4. Again, it's Oklahoma City, it's Orlando, it's Houston, and it's the Kings.
The 4th pick in the 2022 NBA Draft presented by State Farm goes to the Sacramento Kings.
So there you go. The Kings get the 4th pick.
The 3rd pick
So
goes
the Kings
to
will get the 4th pick.
the Houston Rockets.
Rockets drop from 1 to 3. Watch, Oklahoma City's tanking ass is going to get this.
The Oklahoma
City.
And that means that the first
Orlando,
pick in the
it's the first pick.
2022 NBA Draft goes to the Orlando Magic.
So Orlando gets the number 1 pick in the draft. So it is Orlando at 1, Oklahoma City at 2. And then you've got the Rockets at 3 and the Kings at 4.
Time to celebrate, Nick.
Celebrate, baby. Put up louder than that. I need louder. Let's blow people out. Let's blow them up. Right off the gate. Top 4 pick. You went from 7 to 4. And let me see. So Oklahoma City moved up from 4 to 2. Orlando moved up from 2 to 1. Houston moved down from 1 to 3. And Sacramento, the Kings, Golden One Center, fired up, went from 7 to 4. So again, it's not. That was in Brumpton. It's not.
Don't celebrate, Nick. I'm going West Coast to East Coast. I'm going everywhere with it.
Again, look, I know everybody wanted the number 1 pick. I wanted the number 1 pick. You wanted the number 1 pick. Top 3 always sounds better than top 4. But Sacramento Kings fans, you won. You won today. It's as simple as that. You walked into this draft lottery with the 7th pick. You moved up 3 slots. You're now in the top 4. And you now have a chance to land a legitimate impact player. That's what you have. Now, we'll get to all of this tomorrow, I'm sure of it. The other part of this is, Monty, if you don't want to draft Jabari Smith or Holmgren or Banchero or Ivy or Keegan Murray, if you don't want to draft one of those 5 guys, then of course what this also does is, if you were a fan of the idea of trading this pick, say if you want to try to trade something and land a big name, if you were a fan of the idea of doing that, having a top 4 pick is great for that as well. Because this is seen, I've said it, I'll say it again, this is seen by many people as a 4 or 5 player draft. So what that means is you either are going to pick a young stud to go with Fox and Sabonis and Davion Mitchell, or now you have a top 4 pick that you can call another team about and say, hey, look, We got the fourth pick. We got the fourth pick in the draft. This is a 4-player draft. We just landed a top 4 pick in a 4-player draft. So that asset, having the 4th pick in this draft, is much better than having the 7th pick in this draft.